You're not supposed to have everything figured out in your 20s or now at the beginning of your career. Time is your most valuable resource. Don't stay stuck out of fear. I'm an advocate for just pushing yourself and doing it out of fear instead of allowing that fear to paralyze you. Allow the fear to push you. Believe me, gosh, believe me. Here are my top 5 career decisions that I'll say will put you ahead of 90% of people or 99% of people. Let's get into it. So you know the way they say that high school is sort of laying the foundation of what you're going to study in university. So if you study sciences or arts or business and entrepreneurship in high school, you are then going to have good basis and a good background to then go into your further studies or whatever it is you want to study in university. That's the same as your career in your 20s. So essentially, here are 5 of the top things I would have told myself, or I could have told myself if I was going back in time to advise a young, doughy-eyed 21-year-old that was just entering the job market. Let's get into it. The first one is that you need to build skills that compound. Tech literacy, communication skills, problem solving, leadership skills. These are skills that they will never go out of style. They are always going to, you can only get better and better at them. And it's something that you need to, and also there's a list, like there's a plethora of other types of skills like this. Just choose a skill, not just like, oh, your current job needs you to do this amount of thing. Yes, like focus on what your current job needs now and learn it and do it to the best of your ability. But I'll say don't just like narrow your options, especially if you're still young. You never know. You can be in an industry for like 2 years before realizing that actually you don't want to be here, and you don't want to now not have any other skill outside of what your current job requires. So choose a skill that the value can increase over time, and start learning it and start upskilling, because it will save you. It will save you, because I've had, even me personally, it was literally my side hustle that saved me. Because if I just focused and said, oh, I'm a microbiologist, if you don't know, I'm a molecular microbiologist by profession, like that was literally what I did my postgrad in as well. And yeah, if I wasn't doing like comms on the side and marketing and just social media stuff on the side, I would have never been where I am today. So yeah, like don't just focus on what is expected of you. Be curious, learn things, practice things, say yes to a lot of things, especially if you're in uni. If they say, oh, this team is doing so and so, be like, oh, can I join? And join, because what else are you doing with your time? Let me tell you, time is your most valuable resource. And I know every time people say it, but genuinely, time is your most valuable resource and you need to treat it accordingly. Okay? Use it use it to the best of your ability. It's so valuable and you don't want to waste it. Next point I have is that you need to grow your network and not just your CV or your work experience. And there's so many ways to go about it, but I'll say a lot of the ways I've been seeing people push on the internet, like it can be a bit ingenuine, like where you connect with somebody and just collect their contacts just so that you say you have their contact. I think keep up with them. Say, like, find out how they are doing, and it's not always when you need help that you start reaching out to them. Just text them if you're following them on like socials, whether it's LinkedIn or not. Just like comment on the stuff that they are doing, like just be in their peripheral vision, how they say it. But yeah, like do your network, go for networking events. And I'm saying this thing knowing full well that I haven't been to a networking event in a while. But definitely, if you're not able to physically go somewhere, then join webinars, join like Zoom links. I'm telling you, webinars are the single reason why I have like some of the LinkedIn connections that I have. You can go for job fair events, in fact in school as well. Also, don't only mix with people that are in the type of thing that you do. So for example, let me say you work in the comms department or you are in communications. Don't just speak to people in comms, speak to people in like IT, speak to people in finance. Like you never really know, and ask questions, like ask genuine questions that you're curious about. Don't just ask generic questions, like be interested. Essentially, this whole point, you just need to be curious, because if you're curious, you'll be able to meet people to ask them questions. And if you ask somebody a question that sticks, that way that person has noted you, like even without knowing it, and they will be like, this person, and then they may even start like coming to you by themselves, and that's how you've made a genuine connection. Yeah, this point is so important. Learn how to manage money early. Let me tell you, I know that you're not making a lot of money. Like I know how your 20s are. I know how like 20s can be. Believe me, God, believe me, I know. But learn to manage your money early. And I know you don't have a lot of it, but I'll say in terms of like managing, I'll say managing in quotes, because if you're able to just know, okay, this is what my monthly expenses are, this is how much I spend on X amount of things. It doesn't matter if it is good or bad. Let's say you say, oh, I spend £300 on eating out every month, it's not good, and maybe you don't have savings, but at least you know where your money is going to. Knowing where your money is going to is something that it will help you in ways you don't even understand. I remember before I started like taking stock of like, oh, where's my money going to? What am I doing with my money? If you can't even grow your money, if you don't know where it's going, you can't even grow your money. You can't even know, oh, this is the amount of emergency funds I need to have. Like, you can't know all these things if you don't already know where the money you have is going to. If that's the only thing you take from this video, and if that's the only thing you achieve today, you need to look at your bank statements. I'm telling you this with all the love in my heart, and as somebody that had to learn the hard way, you need to look at your bank statements. And looking at it and knowing where every single penny is going to take you further than a lot of people, because I know people have anxiety around money, and I understand it's different things that can cause that, but yeah, knowing where your money is going will save you in the long run. Because imagine if you already know where your money is going, and then when you're even negotiating for a new job, you can know, okay, this is what my monthly expenses are, this is what I need. So if I get this new job and I continue living on what I'm living off of now, it means that I can save 100% of the interest, or 100% of the increase in this new job. So you even have more idea when you're negotiating for stuff. You're not just blindly calling out a number. You're calling out a number because you know how you currently live. And yeah, like, it's going to save you a lot. So yeah, learn your money, especially in your 20s. Learn your money, especially if you're still starting out a career. Learn your money, okay? And then after learning it, we can then start going into things like pension, investments, this one, that one, okay? I'm not a financial advisor by any means. This is a girl that had my relationship with money, like, it has been so complicated, but let me tell you, I've grown so much and I've learned so much, and that's why I'm telling you, learn your money. I'm begging in the name of God. Okay, yeah. Next point I have is that don't stay stuck out of fear. So let's say you get into a career, you start doing something you don't like. If you have, and I know this can be like from the place of privilege, where you have like a backup, like where you can go home, you can go to your parents' house and stay or something like that. But I know some people don't have this backup, and you know, that's okay. But I'll say don't allow it to keep you paralyzed. You're still so young, and if you're stuck out of fear and you're stuck in a career, the thing is that life goes on so quickly. Before you know it, you've been there 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. You're no more the young person there. You are now just a relic in the background. Like, don't stay stuck out of fear. One thing, like, I'm an advocate for just pushing yourself and doing it out of fear, instead of allowing that fear to paralyze you. Allow the fear to push you. You guys, this sentence I just said, like, I'm an Igbo girl, and if you know, instead of allowing fear to paralyze you, see all the R and L's in it. People need to clap for me. Anyways, but yeah, and another thing is that your brain is programmed to save you. Your brain is programmed to keep you safe. If you push it out of that comfort zone of like, oh, I need to be safe, this is also why people don't take risks. This is also why people don't like do new things, try new stuff, eat new food. That eats new food one is even the one that annoys me, but I digress. I'm digressing from the main point. But yeah, your brain is designed to solve problems. So if you even push yourself out of somewhere that you're comfortable in, let me tell you, I've said this story on this channel before. I quit a job before I was ready to quit that job. Like, I just knew that it was time. My spirit, my body, my soul, everything in me was telling me that it was time to leave. And I had to just leave, man. I had to leave. And as I left, my brain started working. My brain started doing things. I started knowing, okay, let me apply for this one. Okay, let me do this one. Okay, da, da, da. You know, like, your brain is going to save you. Like, yes, it's supposed to like protect you, and it's going to try to keep you in comfort as much as possible. But if you force it to figure out a way to cope, it is going to figure out a way to cope. Yes, ma'am. It's going to figure out a way to cope. So yeah, don't stay stuck out of fear. Matter of fact, you have so much life ahead of you, God willing. So why are you getting stuck now at the beginning of your career? Better for you to jump around now than for you to go years down the line and you're like feeling too old. You now have a family, you have serious responsibilities, and you're not able to make the change anymore. There's a reason why they say take a lot of risks when you're young. The same way they say, oh, travel a lot when you're young, and you know, try new experiences when you're young, because youth is fleeting. You're not going to be a youth forever. My final point is that you have to start thinking long term. And I know that this may be in sharp contrast to what I was saying before, but you have to start thinking long term, but not in the way that you're thinking. So let me explain. You're going to start thinking about what you're doing now and the choices you're making now as building blocks. Like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, it's all the building blocks and it's all the foundations that you put now that's going to help you in the long run. And if you already start thinking like that already, you're going to be ahead of like a lot of people. So start thinking in terms of like building blocks. Okay, this thing I'm doing now, what is the payout? In 5 years, am I going to care about this thing? In 5 years, is this skill going to matter? In 5 years, this thing that I'm doing now, this decision that I'm making, will it make sense? Do you get what I mean? And every time, if you weigh things that way, you know things to worry about and things to not worry about so much, and you know things to pursue more of and things to just drop. again, you're not supposed to have everything figured out in your 20s or now at the beginning of your career, but you need to at least do some of the things that will be pointing you in the right direction so that you have the correct foundation for college, quote unquote, if you understand the uni example that I gave earlier. So you need the correct foundation so that you are not going to suffer in the rest of your life. Okay, again, I know that life is dynamic and you can do every single thing correctly, and one life event can just turn everything upside down. I acknowledge that and I know, but we're not going to just sit down and be saying, oh, even if you do everything right, things can change. Yes, that is true, but it's like, okay, will you now not do anything at all? No, we're going to continue moving forward, putting one feet in front of another and doing what you can do, because that's honestly all you can do. You can just do what you can do, literally. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful or at least a bit insightful for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then click on this playlist right here. You'll enjoy my other videos as well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Cookie. I'm so happy to meet you and I hope you stick around and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.